This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Ping.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sarah Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sarah.
Hey everybody, I'm Sarah Wiseman, and we're continuing on with our spiritual psychic teaching of some channeled messages I've been receiving. And the channeled messages themselves are quite lengthy, but what I wanted to do is break things down into these little chunks, because what I'm finding is if we try to attack our understanding with the whole thing, it's just way too much. It just comes in as a bunch of words and we're like, yeah, great. And then we're like, what did that mean? So I'm just trying to take it bit by bit. And this is an exercise, for my own understanding as well as for everybody listening or watching. Let's just work on these ideas together if they resonate with you or if it's something that you're interested in. Okay, so the channeling is, you cannot grasp time. It is freedom to stop trying. You cannot hold emotions, feeling, thought. It is freedom to take yourself less seriously. You cannot grasp time. It is freedom to stop trying. You cannot hold emotions, feeling, thought. It is freedom to take yourself less seriously. So, this is something I've been working on a lot. Every time I have an emotional reaction to something, and I'm a person that's feels things quite deeply and quite readily. I'm like a lot of you, I'm very sensitive to the vibe, and I'm very sensitive to other people's emotions. So you guys all listening, you're all empaths, you know what this is like. And so you just feel it all. And here this is saying you cannot hold emotions, feeling, thought. So it's not only that when we have our own feeling, a lot of you guys have already overcome a lot of this. We get angry, how do we get rid of that? Or how do we release that? We get sad. How do we release that? And a lot of you have been doing spiritual practice for a while are like, yeah, I have some systems. I have some practices that, I get angry, I'll go for a walk and let nature release it. I get sad, I'll go take a shower. Whatever it is, you have some systems. I'll listen to some music. You have some systems in place to release negative, toxic emotions, feelings, and thoughts as they come. You're aware that those are coming in, you own them, you let them go. But what about when you're receiving them from other people? And this can take us down because as empaths, we want to help, we want to solve, we want to fix, we want to make it better. And this is just saying, it's freedom to stop trying to hold emotions, feeling, thought for yourself or for others. You don't have to take on somebody else's big emotional outburst and deal with it. You don't have to. You can sort of observe it and you can let that go without further attachment to whatever it is they're going through. Most of the time, what people are going through has nothing to do with you or me. It's just, we all just are going through our stuff. Who knows why? Or sometimes we do know why. So this idea of it's freedom to stop trying. Also, you cannot grasp time. You can't stop the progression of time from birth until death. Even if you had time travel, let's just throw that in there, because or even if you're continually visiting all of your past lives, then the now aspect of you in this human form, in this human body, you can't alter the progression. This is part of our human experiences. We are born out of another person's body. We are born, we go through these stages of growth. Some are physical, some are emotional, some are spiritual, some are intellectual. We go through this process of growing, and we're always growing towards our death, which is a shocking thought, but there you have it. And so you cannot grasp this and stop it, and you can't grasp. A lot of us have these memory grooves we go to continually, like here was this vacation, or here was a time in this relationship, or here's something that was remarkable, and we kind of return again and again to these memory sections, and we just try and have those again. But this is this idea, we cannot grasp time. So even as you try to return to this, hopefully pleasant memory, or sometimes we're returning to unpleasant, traumatic memories. But even as we're going back, we're doing that from perspective of nowness now. So the person, say we're working with trauma, the person working with trauma now, remembering past trauma, it's not the same. The person now is not the same as the person who experienced it. We cannot stop time in that moment and just examine it without the reality of our nowness now. So all these things, memory, emotion, it's really thought, right? It's really thought with emotion. We can't grasp it. We can't stop it. We have all this profound response to some situation. We get angry, we get sad, whatever we get afraid. We have this profound response. And then maybe we distract ourselves a little bit, or something else happens. And then in a couple minutes, for a lot of us, we're done. Like, what was I even thinking? What was I feeling? I can't even remember it. Now, sometimes these things will stick with us. We're processing. We get angry. It sticks with us for a couple days. We're processing. Or sometimes if it's a really big thing we're working on, we get angry, for example, process. This might take us a couple years to get through the processing of what was that about. But again, even though we're deep in the memory of our experiences, deeply processing, we're still in the nowness. We can't stop that time from going forward or expanding to include other dimensionalities or all the things that time does. We can't stop ourselves from being simultaneously in past lives, simultaneously in personal future lives, simultaneously being in different dimensionalities all at the same time. We are holding and discovering our nowness in this human form. Everything's happening at once. And here's the kicker, right? It is freedom to take yourself less seriously. This human self, it's fleeting in years. It's fleeting in that our emotions jump around, our thoughts jump around. They don't matter that much. Our hard felt beliefs turn out to maybe be incorrect, or we change our minds, or we grow into another system of belief. It's freedom to take yourself less seriously. That's a lot of freedom just in thinking about that idea. I'm allowed to take myself less seriously. And see how that goes for you. It feels incredibly wonderful to me. Anyway, we'll be with you next time. Thanks for watching.